All right. Welcome to the Life on Life meeting. Obviously, we were having trouble getting together in meeting, so I wanted to make a very quick video on what I think are the options for us moving forward as a Life on Life team. One, I think it's clear we need to transition from being a cohort to probably more of a leadership team. So that being said, if you're in a season right now where you're saying, look, I'm going to continue to do Life on Life and multiply, but I need to kind of pull out of the leadership part of it and kind of getting together. Um, Feel free to let me know. I'm happy to figure out how to put together kind of a more ongoing leadership team for this. Secondly, obviously, it's a confusing time to multiply out. Most of us were considering at least multiplying one or two people out. I think the exception was maybe Jules and Heather, but that said, I think I maybe have kind of a two option solution for us moving forward that you can then kind of comment in these emails to me, kind of what you want to do as a group. I would just reply to me, don't reply all, and we can hopefully get a more kind of solidified movement going forward. I want to remind us as a team, Life on Life now falls directly into Make Disciples, which is my strategy division. And then Make Disciples really has a Christian formation plan that I want to show you just as a reminder real quick and share my screen here. So this is the plan for Christian formation to get the scripture and really biblical literacy, an understanding of what we believe and how to apply all that to our lives. The formats that we're going to do that in is forums and seminars, and you could add to that. There's going to be a Make Disciples podcast, as well as some more of those book conversations like the Cross Before Me. Eventually, we'll develop core classes. We're not going to get to that this ministry year. I want time to process that with the rest of the TEs on staff. The men's and women's Bible study, which is the Acts Bible study, they'll be offered on Tuesday mornings and then Thursday nights for everybody. Really, men's and women's is more divided by table than necessarily at that event, with obviously the exception of Tuesday morning. And then Life on Life missional discipleship is the smallest group and the greatest intensity to get these same three areas across. So what that provides for us this year, especially with the Acts Bible study, is one, I think it provides us an environment where people continue to be trained in skills and strengths that are necessary for discipleship. But also, it's going to provide us a little bit of an umbrella from all of that negative feedback that we've received kind of in that first year of people who are really frustrated that this is the primary way you grow. I can't get into that. Now they're going to have forums and seminars and podcasts, and they're going to have the Acts study that they can jump into. And here's where things get a little interesting. I was planning on all four of my guys multiplying out. I was going to kind of do a sink or swim method of handing off and just try to walk alongside them as intentionally as possible. It's just really hard right now, especially since some of them are not so deeply connected at Wildwood, for them to select their disciples in the midst of all the questions around pandemics, all the different views of whether or not people want to be involved. And so I was really wrestling with, it seems unfair as somebody who's discipling to say, hey, for your first time ever discipling a group of people, why don't you do it now into craziness? And at the same time, with the Acts Bible studies, was in some ways having trouble finding community facilitators, which are what we're calling the table facilitators, to lead the discussions around the book of Acts. Again, not teach the book of Acts, but to facilitate questions around the text that then the teacher can shine light on in the second part of that. And it got me thinking, I wonder if for option number one, if we would encourage our people who are going to multiply out to sign up to be a community facilitator at these tables for these Acts study. I think one, it's going to teach them how to facilitate by asking open-ended questions and not teaching necessarily as much as just facilitating community. I think it's going to teach them how to grow community at their table. It's going to give them opportunities. They can always reach out to the people at their table once a month and try to to meet with them that way. And then it's going to give them contacts for the future of starting a Life on Life group. I would love in the future for some of these tables that maybe continue together in Bible studies to then eventually move out as a table into a Life on Life group. How cool would that be? So I think option number one that I want to present is that for the people that we think are ready to multiply out, that we would encourage them to sign up for this fall's Acts Bible study, to sign up as a community facilitator, walk through. There's just 4 15-minute emails of training for them. That's the only training they're going to get. And then to be a community facilitator, the guys for Thursday nights, and then the women would have a choice Thursday night or Tuesday morning for these Acts Bible studies. It's almost the same level of commitment as a Life on Life group. It's 2 hours once a week plus an hour of homework, and then really kind of optional for the rest of the community facilitators. But maybe for the Life on Life people, we'd encourage that they'd reach out to those people. So let me know what you think. I'll send and attach the community facilitators job description with this video as well. And then the second option would be that they would still try to multiply out. And I just want to add to that, if you need me in any way to come alongside your group and help them to do that, would you just let me know who's multiplying out? I think with my guys, because of where they're at, I think across the board, I'm going to encourage them to be a community facilitator. I've already talked to a couple of them that I think that provided, oh man, I don't have to think through curriculum. Oh man, I just show up and ask open-ended questions. You're actually even going to bring me people to do that with. So let me know what you think. I want to just move forward with one of these two options for the people multiplying out. And then also, would you just let me know if you're just going to continue a group moving forward this year? I didn't feel good about just saying, hey, we can't multiply out, so let's just continue to meet. I'm probably going to do some of that, but I really want to try to still kick them out of the nest because we just don't know when this new normal is going to settle in. All right. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. Hopefully this is even a bit easier than taking the time and figuring out when to meet up. Thanks, guys.